Hello, my name is Rachel Diaz. I'm here to present the council with my findings on the pollution that was happening in the Susquehanna River, where lots of fish had recently started to wash up deceased onto the shores. So I will briefly go over with you what I have found the problems to be. So the fish that were washing up onto our shore were the most popular ones that people like to go recreational fishing down there, and that's the smallmouth bass. So recently a lot of them have been starting to come up, which caused a great deal of concern for many citizens, since that is our most popular one that people like to go and catch, and it's become a concern not only for the fish, but is it going to be potentially harmful to people as well. So what's causing it? After we performed some water tests on water samples, we found that it was increased nitrogen levels. Nitrogen, otherwise known as N2, is its chemical formula, is what is causing that. And as like the picture you can see over here, the water is very green. A lot of times that is something that you will see in water that does have increased nitrates in it, is it'll be much greener than usual water. So where is it coming from? So most likely the culprit is that it is coming from runoff from all of our local farming that we have. So what happens is farmers use fertilizers to water their crops, to fertilize their crops, and many times the plant fertilizers are extremely nitrogen rich. So that nitrogen obviously goes into the soil. Then it rains, and that soil and that water runoff from those fertilized fields is in turn polluting the Susquehanna River by having that excess nitrogen sort of flush into the river then. And what is nitrogen exactly? So what it is excess nitrogen in the water can be responsible for things such as increased algae and water plant growth. So that is the main reason why in the slide previously where you saw that the water was very green, that happens is because the nitrogen causes that increased plant growth. So algae blooms really start to become very prominent and very thick, as well as some other aquatic plants that may be in the river. This in turn, the algae can then cause issues with clogging drain pipes, and it also blocks sunlight from reaching the deeper waters and animals that are underneath, because it almost creates a film over the water, and it can get pretty thick. In addition, it also does acidify the water too. Does it affect us humans? So ultimately, it's most dangerous if it's swallowed. So if you're swimming in the Susquehanna, you shouldn't be swallowing the water, but of course, sometimes water does get in your mouth, or if you start choking. Infants, pregnant women, those are the ones who are highest at risk of side effects due to increased nitrogen. It can also cause difficulty breathing because increased nitrogen can lead to increased ammonia levels. Just sort of, if you think of things like, high ammonia levels, like let's say a cat litter box that hasn't been cleaned for a while, it starts to have that burning smell in your nose and you have trouble breathing. That sort of thing can happen with water with high nitrate levels. And again, so we definitely want to make sure that infants and pregnant women stay away from the water that is polluted at this time. And how do we go about fixing it? So there's something called Anamox, which is a natural bacteria, and that's short for anaerobic ammonium oxidation. And what that is it's a natural bacteria that was discovered about 20 years ago in water treatment plants, and has since been lots of lab testing has been done on it to determine its benefit to our environment. And it's been determined that it is very ecologically important in both marine and surface water environments, because what it does is it takes those nitrogen levels and it converts them back into nitrogen gas, and nitrogen gas is harmless, and the nitrogen will stay a contaminant in the water until it is turned back into nitrogen gas. So that's why it's so important to have the Anamox. These are the educational sources that I used to help me with my presentation. So if you wanted to double check anything that I wrote here, this is what I did. I would like to thank the council for allowing me to present today, and I hope this helps to clear things up and that we are able to get the Susquehanna River clean again soon. Thank you.